Let's go ahead and just show you how we make slime with this Elmer's glue. This DMSKY Food Coloring, this Equate multi-purpose solution, which is a contact solution, and the other ingredients that you see here today.
Today we will make fluffy mermaid slime. We will start with half of a cup of the Elmer's white glue that is washable.
And you pre-measured it?
We pre-measured it, yes. We measured a half of a cup of white glue. You can see it's not too runny. It's really easy to work with this glue. Then, after that, we will put in 1/3 of a teaspoon of baking soda. And as we put the ingredients in, next we will start to mix it up. After that, we will put in 3 tablespoons of butter. And just keep mixing it. This is usually the part where I like to add the food coloring.
And how much are you going to use of that?
Let's see. I would say 3, 4, maybe 5 drops. Let's see what it looks like. If we want it darker, we can always add more to it.
Okay, so you just kind of adjust it to your needs then.
Yes.
And that's 5 drops so far. Okay, got it.
So while Lexi is mixing it, I get the next ingredient. That will be 2 cups of shaving cream. That's what will make it fluffy.
Do you measure those out specifically then once you spray it? And we just happen to be using Equate shave foam. It looks like whipping cream.
One more.
Okay.
This is when it gets messy, right?
All right. And you always use just about that much, or will you change things based on how the feel is?
More shaving cream you use, fluffier it gets. And then we can still adjust the color too with the food coloring. You can still add food coloring to it at the end. So don't overdo it at the beginning. We'll get a little lighter with the fluffiness in it. So let me just go ahead and mix this up. Obviously a deeper bowl will help you more. You will be more free to mix it up. And then we still will get our contact solution. Let's add the contact solution while we are mixing it. So we will add a little bit more than a tablespoon of the contact solution.
A little bit more than a tablespoon of the Equate all-purpose.
Yeah, it's 1.12 tablespoons. So a generous amount of contact solution, but I like to start with just a small amount to make sure that it doesn't get too stiff. We can always add more to it.
Okay, so the contact solution helps to stiffen it up?
Yes, the contact solution is the activator for the slime. See, it's already start to be a little stringy, but it definitely need more of the solution. But on the bottom, you can see the stringiness, right? It's coming together to a slime. Now, my daughter, tell me if I'm wrong, you like to make the slime first and then add the shaving cream.
That's what I usually do.
So if you don't want it to be this messy, you can always make the slime first and add the shaving cream to it once you have a solid activated slime that is not too messy. This is more of a messier version. But as you can see, here it is, it's coming together. So at this point, we can almost dump it out to the table and knead it. You think we should put a little bit more contact solution first?
Just a tiny bit.
Just a tiny bit. So usually I just go by a little bit here to add to it so we can...
And so you basically added a little bit less than a tablespoon or about a tablespoon to start, and then you just added a little more?
So I first started with a tablespoon because I didn't want to overdo it. It always depends how you measured out your glue. So you see, we just add drops of solution to it as we go. You don't want it to be too stiff either. If you put too much of the contact solution, it will become too stiff.
Okay.
So then you have to knead.
So this is the kneading step
This is
after
the kneading
mixing.
stage, yes. This could be scary because it's so sticky, but you can see how fluffy it is and how slimy it is already, right? So now you just have to get it to the point where it doesn't stick to our fingers and to the plate anymore, and that's the right amount of contact solution.
Okay, so the
But
key...
don't forget the kneading, because sometimes you add too much contact solution and then once you start to knead it, it becomes really stiff. You can see you can completely clean the bowl now with the slime.
Oh, okay.
So now you keep...
Mine's right there.
Yeah, yours is right there. Mine is too. I'm tempted to add more contact solution, but also it's coming together, you see, to the point where it starts to get off my fingers easily. If it drops, you just use the slime and clean it up with the slime. And I need a tiny bit more. Could you put a tiny bit more contact solution on mine, please? So just see... Thank you. Just a little more again. Knead it in and see if that will take care of the extra stickiness. But I love the fluffiness. This is a true mermaid slime.
And also, when you make fluffy slime, it's usually going to get less stretchy.
Than a regular slime.
Yes.
So it's called fluffy slime or mermaid slime?
Actually, the reason it becomes mermaid, because you can make another one with a different color and then braid it together and actually mix different mermaidish colors together, and that makes it the mermaid slime. Fluffy, it's because of the shaving cream. No other slime becomes this fluffy. This is so light and fluffy. Mine could use just a few more drops. Lexi, would you please add that to it? You can see mine is coming together too, the same as Lexi's, almost to perfection. The slime is ready when you can clean your hands with it. It doesn't stick to anything anymore. Keep kneading yours, because more you handle it, more it dries out and solidifies. If you add too much contact solution too early, it can get too stiff and it won't have this nice stretchiness like this slime does. Stretch it so the camera likes how stretchy and fluffy that is.
So would you say you've got the consistency you want now?
This is the perfect consistency.
Do you agree, Lexi?
I do.
You can store this up in a Ziploc sandwich bag.
Although sandwich bags aren't the best because then it gets stuck to them sometimes.
Little containers. We have little containers.
Then you add it to these deli containers and lids by Comfy Package.
Yes, these are the best ones we could find for the amount of slime we make. They fit just perfectly with the lid on.
Awesome. Okay, so then we store it in these containers like that. That makes sense.
I like these containers because they are airtight and you can store food items in them as well.
So that's how you make slime and store your slime for the fluffy slime using the Elmer school glue, the Equate multi-purpose solution,
baking soda,
the shaving foam, the deli containers for storage, and the DMSKY Food Coloring, which gives you lots of options for colors. We hope you enjoyed learning about how to make slime. If you did, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you so much for watching.
Don't hesitate to call me back, 'cause I won't